Howdy, everybody. Happy Monday to you. This is Carrie, Carrie's Musings. How are you doing today? It's 12 noon here on the East Coast. Hopefully, everybody's having a wonderful afternoon so far, or still morning out west. The doggy here sniffing at me. Hope everybody's doing good. Well, tomorrow is the day. Tomorrow, when I have my gallbladder removed, I'll be there at 8:30 in the morning. Hopefully, it'll take care of a lot of my problems. I hope. I hope. Wait to see if a few more join in here. Get things going. Talk about things today. And try not to be too long or too boring. What do y'all think about all this transsexual stuff going on? 100 genders. Hey, Casey, good morning. How are you today? So far, so good. So far, so good for me. Friday, I didn't come on because I was on with the insurance company in the hospital. They hit me with a $275 copay and trying to find out what was going on because I had never paid copay at the hospital before, period. And I've had the same insurance, but it changed from HMO to PPO when I moved, and they couldn't give me the same plan. Yeah, everybody, he's making more money than he ever would have if they hadn't kicked him out. They helped him out big time and helped the country out at the same time. I don't see how they see whether anything of that's racist. It's just telling the truth. And we can't tell the truth anymore. We cannot put the truth out there. A lot of things we see, even if we think it's the truth, it may not be the truth. They're confusing our minds, keeping everybody complacent, keeping everybody satisfied. They just lead us on. And no, probably wouldn't, but I'm not too sure nowadays. Seeing the things going on all around, online, around every place, everybody wants to sit back and watch, see what happens. They want to see what's going to happen, not get in the middle of it. We were taught that a long time ago. What? Sit back and watch. Don't do anything. Let the police handle it. Let the authorities handle it. Let the powers to be handle it. And guess what? We have, and they've handled it. Hence, we're in the situation we're in now. Nobody wants to do anything. Authorities, police, nobody. And we've let ourselves be wrung into it. They're trying to get us wrung into a lot of things. A lot of things. Everything that's going on now, we say we can't see it. Well, it's a combobulated mess. It's a mess. Everything is topsy turvy. Everything is turned upside down, inside out. You can't even believe people that you would think you could believe. It the best thing we can do is watch out for ourselves and see what's going on around us. I'm sure praying, Casey. I'm sure praising. But the farther we get along, the more negative I think about it. Would they really help us? Would we stand up? Would we say no? That's why I'm here to try to get everybody to open up their eyes and say no, heck no. But it's looking dimmer and dimmer all the time. And we're fighting amongst ourselves, with our friends, with our neighbors, with everybody. and we're not agreeing on anything. And that's what they want. That's what they're trying to accomplish, and they're getting it done. They're getting it done. There's more Karens than there are Bettys now, and it's pathetic. It's pathetic. I just don't understand why most people don't see it. A lot of people put the time they're doing in other things, making a mess, fighting for freedom. They put just as much time in fighting for freedom, we would get somewhere. No, too busy, too busy trying to fight among each other and stir each other up in another direction. And we know it's all the devil. That's the way he operates. Makes one thing look good, it's not. Makes evil look beautiful, which is not, but it appears that way. And we fall for it, hook, line, and sinker. We just fall for it every day. Oh, this would be much better if we did this. And part of it looked good, but the worst of it's hidden. It won't tell you the worst of it, what could happen, what probably will happen. They just tell you, oh, well, it'll help you, it'll save your life. It'll do this, it'll do that. It's like our medicines. Everything they say will save us, it'll give us 20 or 30 complications to go along with it. It's in our foods. Read what we're putting in our body. All the preservatives and additives. It's not good for us. Causes our blood vessels to clot up, gunk up. But we can still take it. We still eat it. Hey, Carol, how are you? I've seen you around a couple of times today. You're pretty busy. But I wanted to talk today. I've been watching some of these programs, and can we believe what we're reading or hearing? Can we really believe anything? There's so many lies out there. The only truth we're going to get is what we see on our own. That's all right. We all had to spend time with our family. I wasn't on as much because of family, and I got a lot of things to sort out here. I got some things coming up that, yeah, I don't know whether I'll be on Wednesday or not. I'm not sure. Might be able for a little bit. I'm not. But my surgery's tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning, and like I said, Friday I right before I started the hospital and insurance company, the hospital called me and told me that I would have to pay $275 up front. Oh no. I called insurance to no avail and had to get it all taken care of, get it sorted out. But, things like that, they hit with us unexpectedly. And how they work these things in, with insurance is supposed to cover us, I don't know. Why, if we have insurance, why should we be paying anything? I just don't understand why that didn't include, my doctor's been charging me $25 copay every visit. There's not supposed to be a copay. But they said if there's lab work involved in it, then they can charge the copay. So they just put a lab work on there and charge you $25, and they get that much more. It's a pretty good racket, but most of us, that are on Medicare, we're, on a limited income. Can't afford that. That's extra out of our monthly budget. This is what they're doing to us. This is how they're treating us. Should be helping us, but no, it's going overseas to Ukraine, places like that, where we don't even need to be. We need to be helping each other here. It's a sad state of affairs. I'm sure all of you've heard. We need to pray for Faith and Mags. Faith's mother died yesterday, so they're in the middle of that. So all your prayers and everything, pray for them. Keep them on your heart. But that's a tough time, and they're both facing it with their parents, which is sad. I know I lost mine together within 1 month of each other in 2019, so it's a rough state of affairs. It's really hard on me. Oh no, I heard something happened, but I didn't hear what happened. Nobody would ever say. Yes, let's pray for mom and pa. Pray that everything's okay. I hope they weren't hurt. There's some fine people, mom and pa. That I'm telling you, you can't find a nicer couple. Or Max and Faith, both of them. One's younger, one's older, but they're both pretty much similar. Same characteristics. About like my wife and I when she was alive. What to remind me of. We need to keep all this in our hearts and our prayers. We're one big family. We need to stick together and back each other up, hold each other up in our thoughts and prayers and our chats and what have you. It's really sad. We all have to go through it. We all go through it, and hopefully it builds us stronger. Hopefully it builds us stronger. But we know they're in a better place. Got a new member of the family. Granddaughter got a kitty cat, so my nose is a little bit stuffy, and the little dog likes the cat, wants to play it, but the cat don't want nothing to do with that. There's no way, no way. But today I wanted to talk a little bit about the this transgender stuff going on. You see all these talk things about transgenders. We have to consider them. We have to make them first in our life. There's over 100 different forms of supposedly gender. On Pierce, he was talking to a lady, and she was for the transgenders. He asked her how many genders were there. She goes, "Well, there's two, but the others is like the others are just add-ons. They're steps. They're like transitions." It's really silly when you think about it, how they present it to try to ease our minds when they're trying to push it on us. How they're trying to push it on us and describe it. It's a deficiency of this, a deficiency of that. No, it's not. It's not. It just like he said if I wanted to be a black female hooker, then I could associate as one, right? Oh no, that's ridiculous. But they can love a planet, and that's acceptable. They can be in love with the planets, and that would be acceptable. But saying that you're a black female conservative or hooker or whatever, it would be ridiculous. So where does it end? How can it even start? It's crazy the way these people think. They think that we have to admit ourselves or we're transphobic. No, it's not transphobic. They can do whatever the heck they want to do. They can be what they want to be. They can be a star if they want to, or a rock in Grand Canyon. I don't care. But don't tell me I have to do it. That's what we're all up in arms about. We're not against you doing what you want to do. It's just you're trying to push it on all of us. Please don't push it on us. They're trying to get Pierce fired from his job in England for saying this stuff. Well, he has the right to say it. Because he don't agree with them, they want to cancel you. They want to kick you out. They want to do away with you. They want to slaughter you. This is not the way it's supposed to be. This is what we're fighting for, our freedom. Our freedom to do as we please, no matter what it is. As long as it's legal, it doesn't hurt somebody, infringe on their rights. And that's the problem. They're infringing on our rights. When they tell us that we have to do it, or we'll get fired, or they'll have us fired or canned or canceled or what have you, even down to death threats. This is not right. This is not right at all. I hope my counter is wrong. Hope everybody didn't leave me. This is what we're up against, folks. They are trying to push their agendas on us in everything, all kinds of agendas. Keep us all confused and whacked out. I know as a young lad in high school, there were guys that would try every which way they could to sneak into the female locker room or get some way to look in there. And the girls were just as bad. They would do the same things. They would want to know what goes on in the boys' locker room and what have you. And they would set up their little spy spots and everything. Well, that's what's going on with this transgender thing. Trying to sneak in the girls' locker room without sneaking. And a lot of them are going in there and doing harm. And it's nothing but it's not transgender, it's sexual. They're perverts, predators. Under the cloak of transgenderism. And they say, no, that's only a rare case. Well, there's enough rare cases that's brought it to the attention. And this is the reason why they're doing it. This is the very reason why they're doing it. They get the pleasure out of it. Perverted. We had to put a stop to it. We had to say no, You want to be a drag queen? You want to be a transgender? You want to be LGBTQ, whatever? Fine. Don't push it on me and don't push it on my children. Don't push it on anybody that doesn't want it. It's not your job, not your place. It's supposed to be for your own self, not everybody else around you, and make the world like yours. Oh, well, it's better, it's more fun, it's free, it's gay, it's happy. There's no utopias out there. None whatsoever. You're not going to find it by pushing some kind of thought on everybody, some kind of idea. You might think the world might be better if everybody does what they please. It's not the way it works. It's not the way it works. As for and the Constitution's for our own personal pursuit of happiness. Personal. Not everybody the same thing. Whatever different thing you're into, religion, whatever, your own individual case. But we stand under that one goal, keep it free for all. Like I said, as long as it doesn't infringe on other people's rights and illegal. We all know what that contains. We all know what we know what that's all about. But they don't understand it. They can't comprehend it. And people get stuck on one idea and they can't lose that idea. They can't bend, navigate around something. Can't stick to that one common idea. And they pound it, and they pound it, and they pound it. And all we're trying to say is, you have the right to do it. You have the freedom to do it. If we leave the Constitution alone the way it is, you have the freedom to do that. But our government is good at trying to divide us and making a law that makes something like that kind of look, try to take their rights away from them. That's wrong too. We have to look at all the ways in and around about a subject, at all points of views, and think about it. If not, we're all doing wrong. We have to take everybody's ideas, thoughts, and opinions in order to get true freedom. But not tell somebody that they have to do it one way and that one way only, and that's the only way. Boy, wouldn't life be boring if we all did the same thing, the same way, the same manner, the same time, every day in and day out? Like robots? Like AI? I'm going to have to find out from Kamala what AI means. But I'm telling you, it's silly if we sit back, watch, and listen and see what people are trying to push down our throats. It's almost comical in some cases to watch how some people will try to push a point to the extent of being ridiculous. Let people be what they want to be. Let them do what they want to do. Don't try to mold them into something else. Don't try to groom our kids to be some way or another. It's like most of these transits had the gender reversal. I heard a pretty high percentage regret that they have done it. Because of the fact that they're bringing it up to the level where everybody's watching them, talking to them about it, keeping them in the limelight, not letting them get off on their own and deal with what they did. They keep them on that pedestal, put them out in the limelight, and drive them nuts. We do a lot of things like that. What we're doing is just dividing everybody up so we won't unite, so we won't see the wrong in it. We have to open our eyes. We have to open our eyes and understand what they are doing. And now they don't even cover it up. They let us know this is what we intend. This is what we want to do. This is what we're going to do. We're going to bend your minds. We're going to twist your minds. We're going to make it where you don't know what's left and right and what's right and wrong and black or white or whatever. And they're doing a good job. They have us in such a state now, we don't know which way to go. We do know the way to go, but we won't do it. We run from it. We run from the Word of God. We run away from God. We don't try to bring our churches back the way they should be. We don't try to bring our government back the way it should be because we're afraid. We're afraid. And we don't want to let anybody know that we love the Lord because we'll be ridiculed. They're trying to shut our churches down. They're trying to shut our faith down. They're trying to do everything in their power. Even though there's other religions that would take their way of life, it would be a danger to their lives if that religion were to say what they could do and what they couldn't do. In fact, Christianity is probably the most lenient towards people of alternate lifestyles than any other religion in the world. You think about it. Now they want to condemn us, put us down, and make us lose our faith because they know that it's the right way. That's one of the main factors. You know, when they fight so hard to put us down, there's got to be something to it. The devil doesn't like it. That's just the way it is. That's the way it is in life. I tell you what, we have to sit back. We have to take note of everything that's going on and come to a common cause and straighten things out. Can't say it any plainer. It's up to us as individuals. Up to us individually to set our house in order and talk to people and spread the news all over this earth. And it's not just the U.S., it's the whole world. And until we do it, we'll be in a world of hurt. We'll be in a world of hurt. I need each and every one of us to think, what can we do? What can I do? And do it. You know what you can do, and you know what you can't do. I'm praying I come out of this and I feel so much better. I'll be like a house on fire. Hopefully, because I got a lot of ideas, a lot of plans. Right now, I'm just day by day, unfortunately. I'm not crying or whining. I'm just saying it takes a toll on a person. It really takes a toll. And I pity anybody that has any kind of illness or physical inability. I know where they're coming from. I've had several stumbling blocks like that through my life with bad back and double hernia and sore rotator cuffs and auto accidents. And, I know, I know. It's hard, but we can do it. It don't take that much. I mean, a lot of this is not physical, more mental, more just getting out and talking and doing and letting the word be known. Got to do a few flag waves, rallies, like get people to know what's going on, open their eyes. We have to open everybody's eyes and let them know that we're not fighting against them. No matter what they do in their life, we're not fighting against them. We're fighting for them. We're fighting for each and one of these individuals, whatever their lifestyle may be, that they can do it. I mean, not the way they're trying to do it out in the open and trying to teach our kids to be that way. This is what we're against. When they come and try to turn our rights around to be with their rights. Hey, Nobby, how you doing? Good to have you. We have to understand we all live in this world together. We all need to get along. And we all have the same freedom. But some of us have different ideas about our freedom. And we have the right to follow our views, the right to happiness and freedom. But they're making a big deal out of it, trying to divide us and conquer us, trying to take over us as individuals in many different ways. And like I said before, a lot of the perverts are using these lifestyles to do their thing. And they'll continue to do so as long as we let it happen. And people that are fighting and fussing about something silly that's been said and done, they need to come together and get over it and join up and unite, get over what differences they have. We're going to have differences no matter what. We need to learn to deal with it. Can't always say I'm right. That's the only way it's going to be. You have to give and take in life, right, wrong, or indifferent. And we have to realize other people aren't going to exactly see eye to eye to what we're saying or what we're doing. Never happened. Never happened in a million years. But that doesn't mean fight them and keep on fighting them. Agree to disagree. That's where we get our liberty and our freedom. They have just as much right to think the wrong way as we do the right way. And when it comes down to legality, that's where the law and the government comes into effect and take care of it. That's what they should do. But no, not the way it's happening. I hope I made that clear. We have to, as long as it's legal, agree to disagree and go on our way. Most of the time, we don't have to deal with these people day in and day out. Just leave them alone. Let them do their thing. I just don't understand, why everybody has to be right to the furthest extent. lot of things that should be right, we can't do it. Not until we straighten things up. Not until we get our act together. Can we do anything about anything like that? Sometimes it's just they've been conditioned, and you can be conditioned to the point of brainwash by just living the same way day in and day out, and only hearing one type thing. And you're not going to come out of it real quick. Take a lot of hard work. Change your mind and attitude after you've been through that day in and day out. And we have to realize this. There's people out there that live this stuff day in and day out, and they're more or less brainwashed, hypnotized, what have you, in the way that they are. And it doesn't have to be a cult life, and it doesn't have to be anything. It just lifestyle, day in and day out, doing the same thing, hearing the same thing. It's like people growing up as Democrats in a house of Democrats. It's hard to turn around and become a conservative because you've heard that, and vice versa, Democrats or Republicans. It's hard to reverse course and go the other way because you've been taught this your whole life. And this is the way you saw it. But you knew there was something wrong with it, but you couldn't tell exactly what it was. And a lot of people are that way. But here lately, it's getting to the point where you can see the differences big time. I mean, they just slap you right in the face, We should think more in common sense than right or left, or Republican or Democrat. We should go with what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. Hey, Chaplain, how you doing? Good to have you. Looks like it's a slow day here on Carrie's Musings. Not many people here, but we need to understand there's quite a few people, a good percentage, no matter what you say, they're going to say the opposite. The way it is, the way it always has been. It don't matter what it is. You can say black is white and the sky is green, and they'll either believe it or not believe it. Number 7. Very good. But we have to realize this and talk to people in the way that they understand. And it's going to take time, unfortunately. We don't have a lot of time. That's one thing we do not have, is a lot of time. We need to pray to the Lord that He helps us, gives us time, gives us the armor and the protection that we need. And get out there and convince people. Not push it on them. Not demand they do it. We can't demand anything. That's what we're fighting against. People demanding us to do things the one way or another. We need to educate, talk about it, and let them come to their own conclusions. Because once we start demanding and pushing, we're just as bad as they are. Just as bad as they are. That's what the problem is. Everybody's demanding and pushing on their own agenda. And we're trying to give freedom for all. no matter what their agenda is. This is what we have to realize, that this is not a thing, a type goal that has any certain win. The only thing that can win is freedom and liberty and the pursuit of happiness. That's the only thing that can win. The rest of it is hogwash, bluey. Until we understand that, we're not going to get anywhere. We're not going to get nowhere. So remember, when you're out there talking to people, we're not trying to change things or push things on you. We're looking out for your freedoms, your rights, your benefits. Not mine, but yours. Which way would you rather have it? Would you rather be told what to do or be able to do what you want? Would you rather be right or would you rather be wrong? It all comes down to what I said, common sense. Common sense in what we want, what our goal is. The rest of it's irrelevant. It's like everything now is painted racist. I don't care what it is. It's ridiculous. It's painted racist. Why? Because they're trying to tear us down. They're trying not to see that we need to unite for our freedom. They don't want us to see that. They want us to see everything else around it. Everything but that main goal we're after. What say you out there? Anybody have any ideas on this? I mean, it's just an understanding of minds. We have to make it clear that we're not out to change them, change their lives, or change the way they live, or whatever. Can't say it no more. Can't say it any more simpler than just, like I said, we're fighting for all of our freedoms, all of us, all the way around the world. Until we understand that, get a grasp on that, it doesn't matter what we say. Hey there, how you doing, Double D? Exactly right, Chaplain. Exactly right. Guess what? They turned around. They made him a richer man than he was. Go figure, right? I think the joke's on them. Really, he's the man of the moment now. And guess who did it? CMT. Like I say, the things they come up with being racist now is ridiculous. We're not supposed to defend ourselves when monsters come into our town and start tearing up, destroying, looting, vandalizing. We're not supposed to do anything about it. We're supposed to let the insurance company take care of it. We're supposed to just pity those poor people because they're neglected. They don't have a choice. They don't have a chance in life. They don't have the opportunity to do anything. They just they just lost the opportunity to get ahead in life. That's the racist part. They're told that they can't get an opportunity. They don't have the opportunity. They're going to be held back. They're going to be held down. Well, who's holding them down? The same people are saying that. It's We have to open our eyes. We have to look and see what's going on. It's just like a lady was with Officer Tatum in a debate. She said she went to a bank. She owned 3 homes, 2 businesses, was well established. She went to borrow $60,000, and the bank turned her down because she was black. And Officer Tatum said, "Well, how did you ask them if they turned you down because you was black?" "Well, no, I didn't. But they turned me down because I was black, because I have all these businesses, and I have these 3 homes, and I have good credit score." Well, guess what? We all know that something besides the credit score, the houses, and the business was wrong. She either missed a payment here or there or something, but it wasn't because of her color. I saw that, Angela. Hope you're doing good. Miss you online. Of course, I haven't been on as much here lately. I'm taking it easy, trying to maintain. Tomorrow's the day. I go in and have my surgery at 8. Well, it's scheduled for 10:30, but I got to be there at 8:30. So hopefully I'll be able to make a quick video when I get out of there, and let everybody know I'm okay. But yeah, where was I? Well, that's good. Good to hear. Good to hear. Keep praying for you every day. Every day. Oh, anyway, back to the lady. There had to be something other she wasn't telling, you know. But they throw this in the pile and claim it's racism. And the bad part about it is this is being taught. This is what they're taught at home, at work, wherever they go. This is the way it's taught. And if you don't get it, it's racism. Instead of going to get a job on qualification, they tell them, well, don't get qualification. You don't have to train for nothing. You don't have to learn anything. You can go in and get it just because, you're a certain race. This is the wrong approach. We need to teach everybody, to stand on your own 2 feet, and you'll get what you deserve, no matter who you are. Even if you're an alien from another planet, just come in, educate yourself, get the knowledge, the know-how, and you'll survive. Not wait till it's handed to you and you don't even know what you're doing. You get no place and you mess up because you don't have any knowledge of what you're doing. So guess what? You probably get yourself fired, terminated, kicked off the job because you don't know what you're doing. We need to spend more time educating them how to deal with going out on the workforce, and how to train, and how to educate yourself and what you need to do, instead of spending all the time and thousands of dollars to go to a college that doesn't give you anything. Learn your work skills. Teach them their work skills. Give them a chance. Even when I was growing up and a teenager, go to find a job, and they said, "Well, what experience do you have?" I just got out of high school. Just got out of college. What kind of experience can I have? Well, we had to start like everybody else at the bottom and work our way up and learn different skills. When we get an opportunity, grab it and learn it. They used to have, I can't think what it's called. Yeah, where you're apprentice. Used to be apprentices everywhere. We stopped that because people owe us a living. Why should we apprentice in anything and learn it? Well, we can jump to the top right off to begin with. And now those entry level jobs, they're demanding so much money out of them. They're demanding as much money as you would make if you was on skilled labor, which is ridiculous. It sends the economy in turmoil, topsy-turvy. What are we doing? Why are we fooling ourselves? Why are we fooling our kids? Why aren't we teaching them right? There's a lot of things that we can bring up, go over and over and talk about it, but we're not doing anything about it. If you deserve a job, you should get it, no matter who you are. I have never, and I've been a boss. I've always hired people on their qualifications, not the way they look, how big they are, how small they are, how tall they are, or what color they are. I have never seen any of that. I looked at, can this person do the job? Can this person do what I want them to do? But it's not that way anymore. They want big bucks now. Booyah on you. Who cares about the economy? I deserve as much as the millionaire down the street. But I don't want to work for mine. I don't want to put in the hours for it. I just want it. So why don't we become socialists and just divide it even? Which never happens. It's never happened, ever. Ain't nobody going to want to give up everything, give somebody else that doesn't want to do anything all their money. Are we crazy? Yeah, we're crazy. We're insane. We're flat insane. It's it's mind-boggling if you sit back and think about it. Think about how silly all this stuff is, and how easily it can be remedied. How easily we could train our kids, train them in the right way, and teach them that everybody doesn't win. That's the worst thing we've ever done, is make everybody think that they're a winner. Well, they can be a winner and they can lose too. Because if you lose and you feel bad about it, you can come back and win. You can keep training and keep striving until you win. And it teaches you self respect and self motivation. More things that they can get by just giving it to them. Nobody knows what no means today. Nobody. All yes. We can't tell our kids no. We can't tell if we're a boss, our employees no. Can't tell anybody no. It's insane. It's insane. Until we turn around and start teaching the right way, nothing will change. Nothing will change. Just giving a lick and a promise. Think about it. Everybody sit down and write down what you think would change the country. What you think is wrong with the country. How we could correct these mistakes. And maybe bring them on here and put it in the chat. Or bring it on other channels and put it in the chat. Or even have your own stream and talk about it. I'm sure we can come up with quite a bit of solutions, quite a few ideas. And a lot of it's just getting out there and doing it. Calling our representatives, bringing in people to have rallies, people with influence that can influence businesses and what have you. You name it. You're right, Navi. If we go by the Constitution, we have it. We saw our chaplain. Yeah, everybody remember Miss Tony. She's having problems with her knees and quite unbearable pain. Just remember Miss Tony. That is the worst pain, I think. I've had back pain and everything, but the knee, when it starts hurting, you can't walk. It's hard. You can stumble around with your back hurting, but your knees up or ankles is probably the worst. My prayers are going out for sure. Folks, let's think about this. Let's get her going. Let's get her done. Start your thing. Don't wait on me. Don't wait on Aruba. Don't wait on Mags. Don't wait on Santa or anybody you know. Don't wait on them. Get out there and be greater. Get out there and do the right thing. Get out there and stand strong. Let people know what you're fighting for, how you're fighting for it. And like I say, don't push it. Don't make it seem like it's something you're demanding. We cannot demand anything. All we can do is ask and lead by example. It's the same way as teaching about the Lord. I can't push you to become a Christian. I can't push you to change your ways. That's up to you as an individual. You have to see the darkness in your heart first. I can't judge you. I can't tell you you're dark at heart or you're lacking the spirit or what have you. That's all up to you. I'm not pushing it. I'm just telling my examples, my experiences. This is the way we should do with our country too. And it all goes hand in hand. God and country. All goes hand in hand. We know the country's founded on the Judeo-Christian beliefs. Not saying that other beliefs have just as much say so as everybody else, because we have the freedom of religion. You have the freedom of speech. Although it's being mixed up and pushed around and shook up and down and it's hard to say it because they won't let us say it. Because they're their own business, so they can tell us what's right or what's wrong. It all comes down to our leadership, starting at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue and going over to the Capitol. I think right now, what I'm seeing, what I am seeing is nothing, absolutely positively nothing, any good happening at the Capitol or 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Nothing. None of them. All lip service, all talk, no action. A lot of them are talking the talk, but they're not doing anything. Not doing anything at all. Oh, they're pushing through, bills and legislation or what have you that they know won't pass. They know it won't go anywhere, but it satisfies us. They're working on it. They're doing. They're trying. If they were trying, they would get it passed. They would get it done. They would be asking people to help. Send their opinions to the liberal, liberal and conservative parties, both of them. Jam their phone lines, jam their email. If they really cared, they would be wanting us to do that. And of all of them, I only know that one that does that, the one that even talks about it. And it's not Marjorie Taylor Greene. I to my I don't understand it. I just don't understand it. She should be a lot stronger and try to accomplish a little bit more than just talking and making fine speeches. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. But we're falling for it. We're all falling for it. I don't know what that. I don't quite understand that, Chaplain. You mean that he won't live to see? I don't know. I don't understand. We're we're being we're being played like a fiddle or banjo. We're being played big time because they know that we're gonna rant and rave and holler about the genders, and they're gonna keep putting it out there and keep us occupied with us till the cows come home. They know that as long as we're focusing on things like that, we're not focusing on what's going on behind the scenes, what's going on in the background. And there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. We have to pay attention to it. And like I said before, the news, all they care about is getting a story out. They don't care what the story is. They don't know. They don't care whether it's true, false, or whatever. They don't care as long as they get their paycheck. They could care less whether Ukraine wins, Russia wins, the sky blows up. They don't care. They don't care. It's all about the paycheck. They could care less if Trump goes to jail or he don't go to jail. And it's a news story. Making them money, putting money in their pocket. It's like the big deal about this prosecutor going into a subway and ordering the subway. He's going to prosecute Trump. What they saw out of that and what they got out of him going in with his entourage and going into the subway, I still ain't figured it out. But they thought it was some big deal. They took a time out of their busy set schedule to go to Subway. Must not, I don't know. I don't know. They're trying to tell us they weren't making enough money to prosecute or what they were trying to do. But this is things we put up with and we take it as news. It's not news. Used to be that newsmen cared and they had a patriotic feeling about what they do. The newscast from World War II where they talked about the victories and the things that happened that were done. It could have been propaganda. I don't know. But you look back, they showed the events and things happening. Right, wrong, or indifferent. They did the same thing through Vietnam. But now we show fake things that don't happen, mock-ups. We try to make the news. They show for flood. They'll show a rowboat in a puddle, make it look like a flood, or they'll try to find the deepest part they can find and make it bigger than it is. Oh, I should have. See if I can turn my. Let me do it this way. Excuse me for just a second. Come on. Yep. Okay. Sorry about that.
I don't know how I'm going to get across.
I thought this was pretty funny.
I'm going to get my trousers are getting dirty. Look at the state of my feet. I've got to try and get over there.
We don't know what we're walking into. Hey, Fry, how you doing?
I don't know how I'm going to get across.
I'm going to get across.
My trousers are getting dirty. Look at the state of my feet. I've got to try and get over there.
We don't know how deep that hole is, so we got to watch where we're going. Watch where we're going. Let me. I thought I had. Oh, here it is. see this? Man allegedly kills his pregnant boyfriend, then himself in murder suicide. Is it playing? I'm sorry, it didn't play. Let me change this. It didn't play at all. You probably heard it. I'm not gonna play it. Anyway, did you catch the gist? Huh? I don't know, something going on here. Am I coming through? Let me know if I'm on, everybody. Let me refresh it. Am I on? Hello, anybody see me? Let me know. Okay. I can't tell on my phone. It's not there. There I am. There I am. Okay. Okay. Anyway, you get the gist of that? They uh, they made it look like a guy was pregnant. We can't believe anything we hear or see anymore. The person pregnant was a female trying to be a male. A female trying to be a male. But The headline was boyfriend kills pregnant boyfriend. Sad. It's sad. This is this is the news we are getting. No news. Period. We can't believe anything we see. Nothing. Not a thing. You have to really watch and dig into it to get if we can even get to the true story, or actually catch things ourselves by taking our cameras and our phones and recording everything we see. As individuals, that's the only way we're going to get any true news. Excuse me. We're just not going to get it. It's not going to be there. We are being hand-fed crap day in, day out. The only thing we can believe is what we can verify on ourselves, and maybe a few trusted journalists out there, but they're getting less and less common. They're getting booted off, fired, and even some of them aren't totally on the up and up. They're playing their game too, but we don't know. We had the gut feeling, go by our own instincts. That's why we really, one of the reasons we really need to unite and get together and get some kind of system of news and reliable news, because there's a lot of hooblooey out there, a lot of stupidity, just like that news article. Make it look like it's something that it really isn't. I mean, the guy was with a girl that was pregnant. He killed himself and the girl. Probably over the transgenderism. Maybe he didn't. Maybe she didn't tell him till recently. Who knows? But they try to make it into a story that it's not. Try to make it sensational. This is what we're up against, and it's sickening. See a lot of things out there. You wonder, is it true or is it not? We're like that guy walking across the creek. Oh, it's safe, and boom, we're gone. Swallow us up. Swallow us up. You never know. You never know. And we spend a lot of time here on this YouTube, a lot of influences. I'm thinking to myself, Carrie, don't you start living like these people are living. Don't let yourself fall into that trap. I like to see what people say. I like to giggle at what they say. And a lot of it's funny. Serious, but funny. A lot of the stuff that goes on should not be happening. Period. Nowhere. Nowhere. And they tend to get the most views. Things like this don't get any views because we're trying to accomplish a goal. And we're wrong for trying to accomplish a goal. I think it's a pretty good goal. I don't want my children, grandchildren, great grandchildren to live in the world like it is now. It's going to be worse. I mean, we can't keep up with the cost of everything. Medications, the side effects, what the world order is trying to do to us and their agendas. We can't keep up with it. We have to all do it together because we can't do it individually. So I keep saying unite. I don't care who it's with. Big group, little group, individuals, whatever. We need to band together all as one big voice. Forget what the group name is. Freedom and united. Don't matter who you're with, who you see eye to eye with. No, I didn't. That's what I asked Chaplain. I didn't understand what. I almost forgot what it was. I did forget what it was. Let me scroll back here. Stupid mouse. Yeah, orders his body cannot cash. I didn't understand that. Oh, another thing is all the AI they're using for the speeches, from Ukraine to Biden to all of them. You know, if you watch a speech and the person's not there blinking, 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 going their eyeballs a certain way, you know, you pretty much guarantee it's AI. Or maybe, you know, if it is blinking, it could be a clone. But you can tell. Yeah, I could wear a mask now, and you never know. You know, with the beard done, I could be Biden in disguise. Hey, Wendy. Good. Day off. Day off. Bet you're glad. Everybody visit Wendy in the evening. Doing a lot of trivia, a lot of fun games. Good time. I believe it's 10 o'clock Eastern. We go to Wendy's page. We had a good time last night. I've been having a hard time sleeping, so I've been taking melatonin, and about midnight I get sleepy. I had to jump off. Otherwise, I'm up all night watching YouTube, which is not good. Some of the stuff I've seen this week, oh, curls my socks. Women calling things that they shouldn't be calling anybody. I mean, it's ridiculous. Okay, 10, not 20. Whoa, I was gonna say, is that 20 military? Uh, but everybody check out Wendy's during the week. Fantastic, fantastic program. We're trying to build up the trivia, build up the fun, and the sunsets are beautiful out there in Arizona. I was going to go do the sunset Sunday, but I couldn't get up. Yeah, I'm not motivating too well, and now that I have my granddaughter and the other Jen here, and they go to sleep early. Now I got a kitten and the dog. The dog been coming up and pulling my blanket off of me and sharing it. I don't know why he likes my blanket, but I'll feel it go off me. What are you doing, baby girl? There she is at the bottom with the whole blanket underneath her. But yeah, very good, Cindy. Thank you. I'm sure she appreciates it. Let's build Wendy up. Let's get her up there. Everybody subscribe, like to me if you like it. If you don't, like and subscribe anyway. I can use the numbers. I'm not begging for them. Just, it helps. It helps. But make sure you share it out because I'm sure there's some gold in it somewhere. I'm trying. I'm trying to get the word out. Trying to let people know what's going on. Okay. Okay, Jethro. I like to. Sometimes I don't hear my phone, so if I don't have it right on me, it depends on which phone I have with me. I have that problem. I pick up the wrong phone, and the other one don't ring, or sometimes they ring. I don't know. It's crazy. They work on their own mind. I played phone tag with the hospital all day Friday, so I got them resolved. Yep, yep. We gotta like the content. That's right. That's what counts. That's what counts. But when do you have good content? I love it. Yeah, it's all about the friendship, the family. That's the way I feel about it. It's all about the family, the attitude, how we interact with each other. I think everybody should be friends, and everybody on top of all else love each other, and especially love yourself. That's where it starts. If you don't love yourself, you can't handle yourself. You're not going to be able to handle everybody else. You start with yourself. Start in your own heart. Work your way out. Exactly. Exactly. That's my philosophy. I don't care whether it's 1 or 20 or 7. As long as somebody's hearing it, somebody watch it later, somebody gets something out of it. It's my love coming out to you, and my love for my family, my own personal family, grandchildren, great grandchildren, children. This is why I'm doing this, because I don't want to see it the way it's going, worse and worse and worse and worse. And I see why my dad talked about, you know, the way things was and how they become, and I can see it more and more every day. Where he was coming from, where he was coming from. There was wisdom in it, but we had to open our eyes and see it. I mean, it's just like I was talking the other day, talking about the grandchildren, about them wanting to do things they want to do, and we don't really see eye to eye on, and what have you. But when I was growing up, the things that we were expected to do, and the things my dad was expected to do when he was growing up, and we've kind of stepped away from responsibilities and discipline and everything all the way along the line. All the way along the line, it's changed every generation. And we don't need to get back to anything that's cruel or brutal or anything in that type of situation. But we need to get back to teaching God, morality, discipline, things like that to our children and our grandchildren and our great grandchildren. And we're just missing the whole ball game as far as discipline lately. Any kind of discipline. When you take the Lord out of everything, it's kind of hard to discipline and teach the right things. Oh, you can teach morality and stuff, but it still goes back to the same thing. But our families breaking up, a single head of household, using the mother. They've all got it in for me. Yep. It it's sad the way we're going. The family unit is no more, and we had to build our family units back up. And to get our churches to stress more on the family unit. A lot of them are tending to counsel on divorces and things like that instead of keeping the family together. A lot of different things that we could do. A lot of different things. We try to take the easy way out. We don't try and fight for our relationships because it's all fun. It's all games. As you can see in the other gender persuasions, just going on and on and on and on and on and on and on. We're talking about 100 or more. This is not right. This is pure demonic, purely immoral to upset us, keep us off track, keep us off guard. Are you sowing the seeds of love? Yeah, everybody tells me I need to find somebody, but I said, well, it'll come when it comes. I'll get there. I'll get there. I love everybody in between. Folks, I'm going to call it a day for today. And hopefully I can jump on a little bit on Wednesday. I'm not sure because I'm not a fortune teller. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel. Hopefully I feel all right. But we'll see. I'll play it by ear. But until then, and you know, just watch for me. Just watch for me. I'll be on probably wasting time in between. I'll let everybody know what's going on. That's for sure, Wendy. Yes, he did. He didn't. He didn't go to the churches, to the temples. He went to, but not as much as he was out in the world, talking to people, talking to sinners, teaching his word out in the streets and people's homes and on the hilltops and the valleys and the seashore. See you later, Zero. Good having you here. But that's the way he was. In fact, there was no churches per se. There was no Christian churches because Christianity hadn't been formed yet. It's where two or three are gathered together. The Lord is here now because we're all together and talking about him. He's here with us All of us that believe he's with us. If you don't believe, you can believe. Try it out. You'll see what I mean. Anyway, till the next time I'm on, I love you guys, really. My big family, or little family, whatever. To me, it's pretty big. I love all you guys. Want the best for us. So let's all band together. Let's share. Let's build. Let's unite. And let's get this job done. Get her done. Get her done. Talk to y'all later. Bye, all.